Well, Spoon's first game of the season just around the corner. How has pre-season been as a whole for you and the group?
Very disjointed. Disjointed from a good point of view, the fact that a lot of the players have been with the first team. Disjointed in as much as the 18s have been away into Italy, which meant that we was short on players. So that's affected our ability to be able to play the kind of pre-season game that we would like. So it's probably, it's been disjointed, but there's lots of positives in that, as I say, the fact that players have gone with the first team.
Yeah, of course. Ultimately, as a pathway, seeing those lads who were playing with you last year, the likes of Josh Williams, Alfie Chang, in and around that first team group and shining really must make you feel really good.
It's lovely for us as staff, but it should provide such a motivational tool for the rest of the players. I've spoke to them about it. I can never remember, I think it's 17 years now, that there has been an opportunity for players to be playing, and for us as an academy, it's to see 2, 3, 4 of the academy players on the pitch together. We've had 1 or we've had 2, but for that it's fantastic, and that's a credit to the under-9s manager, to the under-10s, all the way through. It's this is the top end where the glory comes, but it's the time invested by those coaches in the foundation phase and the younger age group that have taught them skills. So it's a lovely one for the whole academy.
Of course. In terms of the group that you've been able to work with over the last few weeks, months, etc., how have they been and how have they taken to pre-season?
Attitude has been fantastic. As I say, it's at times, it's been a very low number, so it's been a case of I've not just been having to look at the technical, tactical and the challenge associated with it. I had to be creative that's going to stimulate them mentally as well. So it's been a good challenge for me as well as the players, but they've equipped themselves ever so well, and everything we've asked of them, they've given it all, and they've had lots of double sessions. So it's from a point of view of application and concentration and giving you all, it's been very good.
Good. In terms of competitive football, it's just around the corner against Millwall. That's the opener. What are you looking to see on Monday afternoon? What are you looking to see from the group that you've prepped and the lads that will get opportunities?
Well, I think from my point of view and the staff is patience, because they haven't played a lot together. So, we've been putting some work into them the last couple of weeks that possibly it might have been done, 6 weeks ago, and building up towards a game. But we've had probably a 2-week build-up with players who we can work on certain things with. So I think, for the first few games, we need to be patient with the players, and the players need to be patient with themselves as well. So, I'd love to say we're going to set off flying, but it has to be, and as much as I want that, it has to be a tint of realism in there as well, and managing expectations.
Yeah. First years, we'll see those coming through the ranks. Big occasion for them coming up over the next few weeks. It's the first chance you'll get to really see them playing competitively at this level. How nice will that be to watch them in action and see them for all their hard work as well?
Once again, it's the ever-evolving part of being a young player and working with young players. They're evolving and they're moving up each age group, and that a lot of them, I've had with me last year as well, because we was young last year as well, and they was playing in that. But it's a little bit like the sixth form at school now. They feel a little bit more as if they belong now. They're not the new kids on the block. They've been with us a little bit, and their feet are settled. And that, I think probably the one who's probably starting afresh is Harley Hamilton. His career unfortunately been a little bit fragmented with injuries and growth. But he's an excellent prospect. 6'3", great athlete, and I'm looking forward to working with him this year and see what he can produce.
Yeah, just finally, you mentioned the roles of some of the younger boys as part of this group as well, but what that also gives is some of the older lads a chance to really set that example. We've just spoken to young Marcel, who's come on leaps and bounds, really, hasn't he? And for people like him, it's about being that shining light now, isn't it? And knowing that those opportunities are there, and this is what you have to do.
Yeah, and they have to use the experience gained from first team and transfer that to working with the younger players. And I've spoke to them about, you know, the expectations of them and the responsibilities that they've got to the younger players. You know, they need to set the example, they need to talk to them and it. And, you know, the good thing now with them players is it's not just words from myself or the rest of the staff. Them young players have experienced life in the first team now. They know what it's like to have to get 3 points. They know what it is to be vociferous and demanding of people around them, because they've seen it and witnessed it. And so it's not just rhetoric from me, it's actually experiential now, that they've been there, lived it, and they've got to transfer that into their training and games with us and use that for an encouragement to the rest of the players and say, this is what it looks like, lads. So, yeah, it's a very exciting time at the football club. Yeah, to be involved in development.
Absolutely. Really appreciate your time as always, Spoons. Thank you.
Thank you.